Hello students, in this class we study about the new concept considered as the ether. That is, this comes under alcohol, phenol and ether. All these three concepts considered under the separate chapter, that is second unit, alcohol, phenol and ether. The ethers means the class of organic compounds obtained by replacing hydrogen atom of hydrocarbon, replaced by hydrogen atom of the hydrocarbon by alkoxy, that is RO, alkoxy, or aryloxy group, that is ARO. Those compounds we can call as the ethers, class of organic compounds obtained by replacing hydrogen atom of the hydrocarbon by the alkoxy group. Alkoxy formula is RO, or aryloxy group, that is ARO. The formed compounds are called as the ethers. Or instead of this definition, the organic compounds contains two R groups. Two R groups means alkyl or aryl group. Class of organic compounds contains two R groups on either side of the oxygen. On either side of the oxygen. Those are called as ethers. That is, you can define ethers either by any formula. Organic compounds obtained by replacing hydrogen atom of hydrocarbon by alkoxy or aryloxy are called ethers. Or the compounds which contains two R groups. R means alkyl or aryl. Two R groups on either side of the oxygen. General formula of ether is ROR, where R groups may be either alkyl or may be of an aryl. Such compounds are called ethers. If two R groups are same, identical, if two R groups are same, such ethers are called simple ether, also called symmetrical ether. If two R groups are same, then such ethers are called simple ethers. For example, CH3OCH3. Two R groups are the methyl, same R groups are present. Or C2H5OC2H5, same R groups. Those are called symmetrical ethers. If the R groups are different, those are called mixed ethers. If two R groups are different, such ethers are called mixed ethers, also called unsymmetrical ethers. Mixed ethers, also called unsymmetrical ethers. For example, you take CH3OC2H5. One R group as CH3, other R group as C2H5. One more example is CH3OC6H5. This is another example. Next, you consider the nomenclature. Naming of the ethers. In common system, they are derived by the names of alkyl or aryl. alkyl or aryl group written in separate group, written in separate word in alphabetical order, and by adding the word ether, that is, they are commonly called alkyl ether. This is the common name. In the common system, we have to first name alkyl or aryl in separate word in alphabetical order, and then add the word ether to the alkyl or aryl. After naming that alkyl or aryl group in alphabetical order, then add the word ether, then you get alkyl ether. If same alkyl or same aryl present, then use the prefix dialkyl ether, diaryl ether. Similarly, in IUPAC system, they are called alkoxyalkane. In IUPAC system, ethers are called alkoxyalkane. The larger or group taken as the root word, that is alkane part. Larger or group in the ROR, the larger or group is taken as the alkane part, and the smaller or group taken as the alkoxy. In the IUPAC system, ethers are called alkoxyalkane. Larger or group taken as the alkane part, and smaller or group considered as an alkoxy. Next, you consider the examples. First one, CH3OCH3. You observe this compound. In the common name is given by the alkyl groups are the methyl. 2-methyl, hence common name is dimethyl ether. Then IUPAC name is, say R groups are same, hence one R group as the alkane, another one as the alkoxy. This is taken as methyl, hence it is called alkoxy name is methoxy. Up to this part methoxy. Then this part methane, methoxymethane. This is the IUPAC name. Similarly, C2H5OC2H5. There are two ethyl groups. These alkyl groups are the ethyl. The common name is the diethyl ether. Then IUPAC name is, again one ethyl is the alkane, another ethyl taken as the alkoxy. Then alkoxy name is an ethoxy. This part is ethoxyethane. You take CH3OCH2CH2CH3. Then common name is given by, one is the methyl, another one is the propyl. Then arrange them in the alphabetical order. First, you have to write methyl. This propyl is N-propyl, normal propyl, methyl N-propyl ether. This is the common name. IUPAC name is, this is the larger alkyl, hence it is root word. This is smaller, taken as the alkoxy. Alkoxy name is methoxy. Alkane name is propane. methoxypropane. Similarly, CH3O C2H5. One is methyl, another one is ethyl. Arrange them in the alphabetical order. You get ethyl, methyl, ether. Ethyl, methyl, ether. Ethyl, methyl, ether. For the IUPAC name, this is the root word. Root word name is an ethane. This is the alkane part. This is the alkoxy part. Then IUPAC name is methoxy. Methoxyethane. Methoxyethane. Similarly, you can take C6H5OCH3. This is most important one. C6H5OCH3. Instead of that one, for our reactions, we are using this structure. Benzene ring OCH3. For the chemical properties, we are using this structure. All the students must have to follow this compound name. The one common name is, this is methyl, this is phenyl. Arrange them in the alphabetical order. You get methyl phenyl ether. Methyl phenyl ether. Also called anisole. Anisole. Commonly we are taking anisole. All the students have to familiar with this anisole name. Anisole structure is C6H5OCH3. This anisole itself is the IUPAC name as well as the common name. And also the IUPAC name is given by this one as the benzene, alkane part, and this part is the alkoxy. That is, IUPAC name is methoxybenzene. Methoxybenzene, or simply anisole itself is the IUPAC name. Anisole. You can write anisole, or exactly IUPAC name is methoxybenzene. Methoxybenzene. Instead of CH3, C6H5O C2H5 present. C2H5. Then this is called, this is ethyl, this is phenyl. Hence ethyl phenyl ether. Ethyl phenyl ether, commonly called phenitol. Phenitol. Ethyl phenyl ether, called as the phenitol. Phenitol. Then IUPAC name is, this is ethoxy part, ethoxybenzene. Ethoxybenzene. Similarly, to take other examples, CH3O CH3. Here one is methyl, another one is an propyl. This propyl is an isopropyl. Common name is the methyl isopropyl. Methyl isopropyl ether. Methyl isopropyl ether. Then IUPAC name is, this is the alkoxy. Alkoxy is at the second position. Hence 2-methoxy. 2-methoxypropane. 2-methoxypropane. Similarly, you take C6H5O CH2 CH2 CH3. The common name is, this is the phenyl group. This contains 5 carbon atoms. 5 carbon atoms means pentyl. Pentyl again, not a normal pentyl. This is an isopentyl. One is a phenyl, another one is an pentyl. Then arrange them in the alphabetical order. Then you get phenyl isopentyl. Phenyl isopentyl ether. Phenyl isopentyl ether. Then IUPAC name is given by the, this is this compound is taken as a benzene. This is for the root word. This is the root word. Then this one is an substituent group. Then this is the parent chain. This is the parent chain. Then this is also one substituent. Numbering is 1, 2, 3. Then IUPAC name is the First 3-methyl. 3-methyl. First you name this substituent 3-methyl. Then this is butyl. 3-methyl. 3-methyl butoxy. 3-methyl butoxy. 3-methyl butoxy. 3-methyl butoxy benzene. Because this benzene is the root word. This is the alkoxy part. In the alkoxy, this is substituent. The substituent is 3-methyl. This is butoxy. 3-methyl butoxy benzene. 3-methyl butoxy benzene. One more. CH3O CH2 CH2 O CH3. For this one, you can directly write the IUPAC name. IUPAC name only. There are two methoxy groups. This is one methoxy. This is another methoxy. The one methoxy position is 1. Second one position is 2. 1,2. 1,2 dimethoxy. 1,2 dimethoxy ethane. 1,2 dimethoxy ethane. This is the IUPAC name. Similarly, you take this example. CH3. One more CH3. Then OC2H5. OC2H5. Then IUPAC name for this compound is taken as, these are at the first position. This is the alkoxy. Then the IUPAC name is given by 2-ethoxy. This is at the second position. 2-ethoxy 1,1 dimethyl. 2-ethoxy 1,1 dimethyl cyclohexane. This is the IUPAC name. This compound is the cyclohexane. This is an alkoxy. 2-ethoxy 1,1 dimethyl cyclohexane. This is about the nomenclature. Next, you consider the preparation. Preparation of ether. First method is from alcohol. From alcohol. That is a dehydration. By dehydration of alcohol. Dehydration of alcohol. Dehydration means removal of the water. You take the example directly. CH3 CH2OH. This is ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol. In already alcohol chapter, we have considered the mechanism also. Mechanism of dehydration of alcohol to alkene. To dehydrate this one, we are using two conditions. This is most important for 1 mark. Complete the equation. Just they are giving an arrow mark concentrated H2SO4. Concentrated H2SO4. Either 443 Kelvin or 413 Kelvin. For both the temperatures, you have to use concentrated H2SO4. At 443 Kelvin, you get ethene, CH2 double bond CH2. Ethene is the product form. At 413 Kelvin, then this is the product. CH3, CH2 taken as C2H5. One more ethyl alcohol molecule, C2H5. That is, you take the C2H5OH. Another C2H5OH. Removal of the water takes place. Two ethyl alcohols are consumed for this formation of the ethers. For alkene, only one alcohol. For ether, two alcohol molecule. This is the removal of the water molecule, results in the formation of the ether. At 443 Kelvin, ethene. When ethyl alcohol treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, ethyl alcohol undergo dehydration. At 443 Kelvin, the product formed is ethene. At 413, the product formed is diethyl ether. You have to mainly familiar with this temperature. At 443 Kelvin, alkene is formed. At 413 Kelvin, ether is formed. Actually, in NCERT book, for this one also they are mentioned the mechanism, but in your board exam they are not asked this mechanism for the formation of the ethers. Only for the formation of alkene they can ask the mechanism. Hence I am not explaining the mechanism for the formation of the ether. This is about the preparation of ether from alcohol. Second method is Williamson's ether synthesis. Williamson's ether synthesis. This is most important. Majority paper they will ask either for 1 mark or for 2 mark. Definite compulsory question. Williamson's ether synthesis means alkyl halide reacts with sodium alkoxide. Alkyl halide treated with sodium alkoxide, ethers are formed. This reaction is called Williamson's ether synthesis. Simple definition. Just you follow the general equation. Alkyl halide means Rx. This is the alkyl halide. Or instead of writing in words, self-explanatory reaction. Then for self-explanatory you get that full marks. This is the alkyl halide. Sodium alkoxide. For our convenience we are using RONA. Sodium alkoxide formula is RONA. For our convenience I am writing NaOR. This is sodium alkoxide. Remove that NaX get removed. The product is ROR. This is an ether plus NaX. They can ask, write the general equation of Williamson's ether synthesis. Then you write Rx plus RONA forms ROR plus NaX. Explain Williamson's ether synthesis means just you can write the self-explanatory. Then also you get the full marks. Otherwise, explain alkyl halide treated with sodium alkoxide, ether is formed. That one carries 1 mark. Then while writing for the exam reaction, that carries 1 mark. You can give an example. For example, C2 alkyl halide as the C2H5Br. Ethyl bromide reacts with NaOC2H5. The name is sodium ethoxide. Same, NaBr get removed. The formula is C2H5OC2H5. This is diethyl ether. Liberating NaBr. Or you take CH3Br, methyl bromide reacts with NaOC2H5, sodium ethoxide. Then same, NaBr get removed. The formula is CH3OC2H5 plus NaBr. That is ethyl ether or methoxyethane. To obtain this ether, generally the better yield of the ether is obtained by taking alkyl halide as the primary. If alkyl halide used as the primary, then we get better yield of the ether. For example, you take CH3 ONA. This is tertiary butoxide. Then this is treated with ethyl bromide. ethyl bromide. Then NaBr get removed. There ethyl bromide is primary. Ethyl bromide is primary. Then you get ether CH3 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 O C2H5 plus NaBr. The name of this compound is ethyl tertiary butyl ether. That is, first you write that butyl name, alphabetical order. Tertiary butyl ethyl ether. Tertiary butyl ethyl ether. T means tertiary. Butyl ethyl ether. Tertiary butyl ethyl ether. This tertiary butyl ethyl ether is obtained by treating this sodium tertiary butoxide. Sodium tertiary butoxide. Sodium tertiary butoxide and ethyl bromide is primary. Alkyl halide is primary. Then we get the ether. In this case, this butoxide ion that can behave as an base. Sorry, here it can behave as a nucleophile. Here it behaves as a nucleophile and undergo substitution, nucleophilic substitution. Hence it results in the formation of an ether. That is, alkoxide used is the tertiary. Alkoxide used is the tertiary. Alkyl halide used the primary. Then you get an ether. In that case, that alkoxide behaves as the nucleophile, undergo substitution reaction and results in the formation of an ether. You take reverse. For example, CH3, Br. This is alkyl halide. Alkyl halide is the tertiary. Tertiary alkyl halide, tertiary butyl bromide. Alkyl halide is tertiary. Alkoxide is the primary. Alkoxide, that is NaOC2H5. NaOC2H5. Sodium methoxide. Then we are not getting the ether. Why? That alkyl halide used as the primary. If the alkoxide used as the primary, we are not getting the ether because in the primary alkoxide it can behave as the base. It behaves as a strong base. Base means it has greater affinity to accept the proton. That accept the proton from the alkyl halide and undergo elimination reaction to form alkene. This is most important for the competitive point only, not for your board exam. In your board exam, they can ask only just definition of the Williamson's ether synthesis. For the competitive, you have to familiar under what condition ether is formed, under what condition that the alkene is formed. To obtain that alkene, the alkyl halide should be the tertiary and alkoxide is the primary. If alkoxide is primary, it behaves as a base, it has greater affinity to accept the proton, undergo elimination, forms alkene. In this case, this NaBr get removed. Then this alkoxide accepts the proton from the alkyl halide. CH3, CH3. Here one nitrogen get removed, converted into double bond CH2 plus NaBr plus C2H5OH. This alkoxide accepts the proton, forms alcohol, and this main product is alkene. That alkene name is 2-methyl-propanine. This is most important one. You have to differentiate for the formation of the ether and an alkene. When the ether formed means if the alkyl halide is primary. If the alkyl halide is primary and alkoxide is the tertiary, then ether is formed. Instead of that one, if alkyl halide is tertiary, alkoxide is primary, then ether, instead of forming ether, alkenes are formed. If alkyl halide used primary, alkoxide is the tertiary, in that case alkoxide behaves as a nucleophile, it undergoes substitution reaction, forms the ether. If alkoxide used is the primary, it behaves as a strong base, it has more affinity to accept the proton, undergo elimination reaction, forms the alkene. This is about the preparation of the ethers. In next class, we can study about the properties of the ether.